Few tales are told of Hades, whose very name inspires fear and penitence, reminding us of the inevitable fate which we all share. I, however, mean to tell you such a tale. Listen carefully.
Goodbye, Father. To hell with this place. I'm leaving. Try and stop me. There she is. It's got to be her. Then here goes nothing. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Hail, noble cousin. Now, let's get you from that miserable place. I'll see that all of us upon Olympus do our part, beginning here with me.
I know you can't hear me all the way where you are, goddess, but thank you. Ready for me? Crushed. No problem. Louds.
You are correct. My mic is not working. Fun. I was experimenting with some other stuff whenever I wasn't live, and I did not catch that. Thank you. That is frustrating. Please let me know if the audio balance is off for the game, because I can't hear what you guys hear. But regardless, what I was talking about with the shifter class,
Strength of the goddess.
so with the shifter, the shifter is a very fun class, or rather, it is a very fun concept for a class in 1E that unfortunately just doesn't quite have all of the mechanical stuff you would want a class to have, so it just falls behind other options, unfortunately, which is why I would really want to see a better version for Pathfinder 2E, because generally Pathfinder 2E has done a good job of having more balanced classes, and God knows that the shifter could use that balance redux. I'm not sure exactly what I would want from the shifter, because there's a lot that you could want from a polymorph-based martial. But in particular, I think that I would want either a 2E shifter to be based on the base shifter from Pathfinder 1E. So basically you have one distinct form that then you can customize with a bunch of different sweet abilities. Okay, I might have to switch to a different model. It's causing the game to lag. See, we're not aware. My computer's garbage, and streaming and on top of rendering my incredibly simplistic face is a bit too much for it at times, but I was hoping that it wouldn't be a problem for HADES, because there's less going on than Risk of Rain. But I will probably switch up fairly soon, because if that's a thing here, it's going to be a thing for the rest of the run. But, yeah, either I would want a shifter that is based around customizing polymorph effects and turning into a completely unique and distinct form, so it's like, oh, I have a specific cat that I can turn into, that then I can customize with other effects. That would be fun, but also the other way that they could easily make a shifter, while still taking inspiration from Pathfinder 1e, is taking inspiration from the adaptive shifter archetype, which in reality, the adaptive shifter archetype is the shifter from 1e, because no one actually plays the base shifter without an archetype, because it's really, really bad. But the adaptive shifter does a lot better at actually, you know, making the shifter good and really fulfill the ideas that the class is built on. Also, this is probably the better one for literal round 1. And I am going to be swapping over to a different model real quick, so I don't have huge lag spikes, which in a game like this is death. So let me just do that really quick. I've had to do this for every stream so far, so this really should not take long. It's just actually navigating to the spot on my computer. Yeah, but what the adaptive shifter did is it changed things up by making things so you picked specific adaptations to the environment, and then basically as a reaction, whenever that situation came up, you could then as a reaction change and adapt your form. So then you can better, you know, like, oh no, I got thrown into some water, I'm going to grow fins so I get a swim speed. And let me just that's not what? Where is that? This is weird. Oh, how's my day been? It's been pretty good. Didn't get quite as much done during the day as I'd like, but that's just how things are sometimes. Not that. This is not cooperating, which is sad because I just said that generally works pretty well. Capture a specific window. That is not ideal. Okay, let's get this done. I don't know why on earth it's not working like it used to. Or more realistically, where it even disappeared to. So okay. Now, this is gonna be good enough. Bit scuffed, but everything that I do is scuffed. In case you're new, yeah, everything that I do on this channel is scuffed as all hell. But I learn from it. Yeah, like, Shifter is a class that I've pretty much always wanted to play. Oh, I need to be more careful. I don't have any healing. Keep on forgetting that first run on a save file is probably the hardest that the game will ever... no, that's not remotely true. The hardest the game will be for a long time. Because if you really want to make your life hell in this game, you can. Yeah, but the Shifter, I guess, is a character class that I've always wanted to have a chance to play, but I just never played it enough 1E games to actually be able to get remotely near all of the concepts that I wanted to play in 1E. So it just ended up being a... like, I would love to play a Shifter, but I'm only playing in 1E game right now. And my character is the least likely one to die in that campaign because I'm a kineticist that has rolled amazingly for hit points, so I have like double the other maximum HP in the party. So I would, like, honestly, oh, sweet Artemis. But honestly, yeah, one of my top classes to see that I like, not just that I think is the most likely, but one of my top classes just in general that I want to see in 2E is the Shifter. Other than that, Inquisitor, Kineticist, because those are Kineticist, one of my favorites. And I think Shaman would also be cool, because basically, I want classes that didn't really get their heyday, or get what I really feel they deserved. Because, let's be real here, the Shifter did not get all that it deserved. Shush, Zacharias.
Look, I'm not like all the others on Olympus. The power of the hunt helps keep me company, so maybe...
Yes, you are not like the others on Olympus. You're the best one. And no, I am not... Yeah, easily Artemis is my favorite. She's not the best in the game, but she's definitely one of my favorite Olympians in this game. Let's see. Yeah, to even get through Meg, that's probably my best bet. There, Kyron. As eloquent as ever.
Just minding my own business, taking in the sights, and sure as awfully convenient. Do you like this? I had all this coin I wanted to get rid of.
Okay. Boss time.
Well, this is
Yeah. Ares is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I just don't like his boons in this game, which really impacts my opinion of him.
haven't we had more than enough of each other by now?
He's just...
Someplace else to be.
I don't know. Like, oh, a lot of Doom is a cool status effect, and Blade Rifts are very fun, but they just never really fit well with my playstyle, which is unfortunately highly reckless. Actually, now that I think about it, you can probably describe my playstyle in literally every game I've ever played highly reckless. Which says something about me, I don't know what, but it definitely does. Now, I really hope that I can actually beat Meg, because I haven't actually beaten Meg on a new save file. Or I guess on run 1, I have never beaten Meg. Because only having one dash and no reses is the worst. Because, again, I play incredibly recklessly. Like, yeah, no, this is not happening. Like, I can fight the little guys no problem, but I mean, I got to not stage 3 or what, but okay. Okay, I don't know how I died to that. Because the actual effect didn't come out, but hey, dying is part of the game. Actually, now that I think about it, I've been recently, with much more upgrades, taking like 40 damage in that fight regularly.
Welcome to the House of Hades, where
Good old Hypnos.
guess that means you died out there.
Complete idiot.
Everybody dies sometime.
Yeah, we do all die sometimes. Guess good old dad. Hey, don't call me stupid.
Greetings, Father. My
Yeah.
ransacking was a delight. Thank
The ransacking in this game is, in fact, a delight.
you away again.
Honestly, it's hard to say, like... Also, best part of the game, you can pet the dog. Best... Artemis is my favorite Olympian, but Cerberus is easily my favorite character. I mean, what else? There's no competition there. Easily, Cerberus is the best character. I mean, he is a dog, and then he has 3 heads to pet.
The pain of death.
And fear is for the weak.
I mean, like, 3 heads to pet, and is just a very good boy.
Do not despair, child.
Easily the best character.
Inevitable and may be overcome with effort and with time. He made contact with the goddess Athena. She shall be true to her word.
I believe it next. I'm grateful that you put us into contact. I know you took a considerable risk in reaching out.
The risk is not to me.
He is the best doggo. You are contractually obliged to pet him every single time you enter the House of Hades.
More than they all.
Otherwise, I don't want to know what happens to you.
Yes, we are.
Okay, please tell me that I got enough darkness in that run. I only got 20. Oh, God. I can at least heal. 1. Yeah, actually, I'll bite a backstab. Why not? I'm not gonna lie. Since I started, what do I want to unlock first?
Pink window there.
Let's get Coronat.
Coronach, the Heart Seeker. Let's deal some.
And then the other best character of the game. Good old Skelly. Can't wait for Darren Corp to talk to himself.
Name Skelly has it going, but enough with the small talk already. I'm here to do a job. So let me have it. Give me everything you got.
I don't remember having you on payroll, mate. Who's your
I can't get over the fact that these 2 characters are voiced by the same guy.
Oh, I'm not about to wrap
Who knew that voice actor is a job or something?
out of me.
if you insist?
Yeah, that's it.
God, I want to get a second dash so bad. Oh, but I forgot to look and see how much that actually cost to darkness wise. It's probably like 40.
Is this really him?
Good old Zeus.
Okay.
Somehow, this game has completely taken over how I, like, perceive the Greek gods to the point where, like, these are just the depictions of the Greek gods that I imagine what they look like. Like, oh yeah, of course Zeus looks like that.
Zeus lending his support.
There's no other, like, way that they could look.
Night. Whenever. Out of my sight.
God, it feels so bad having only 1 dash.
What now?
Actually, why did I take Thunder Dash?
How many now?
Really, why did I take the Thunder Dash? I guess it was the highest rarity, but that doesn't mean anything. Because, like, yeah, it's a boon that upgrades my dash, but I only have 1? Which is really unfortunate, because it halves the effectiveness of the normal dash. Or the power of the boon, I should say. Which, yeah, really should have taken the one that boosts my attack.
Coin
in case people who are here don't know how the game works, you go room to room getting upgrades or currencies that upgrade all of your various abilities. You have really 4 main ones. You have your attack, which is the big shot that I'm doing. Then you have your special, which for the bow is the shotgun blast. Then you have your dash, which you can upgrade. I have that upgraded to do lightning. And then you have your cast, which is currently, I shoot out a red, I don't know, prism, and it does damage. It is not very impressive all currently because, again, it is not upgraded. But legitimately, this is one of my favorite games of all time. I'm not great at it, but it's just like an honest-to-God masterpiece. Oh, bad time to take a drink of tea. Because I'm not rushing to put down a thing of tea that is still mildly warm. And I might actually turn up the music, because if I can't hear it, then there's no way that you guys are going to be hearing it. And the music is amazing. And I think I mentioned this last stream. Yeah, let's turn up the music real quick. Let's
see what's in here.
Don't need anything from there. That sounds better. At least to me. Let me know if you guys want me to adjust that. But legitimately, like last stream, we talked about Hades a little bit, which then made me think, you know what, I want to play some Hades, which has led to today. But I think the way that Darren Korb, who's the composer, he, like, I don't know what genre this game's music is. I really want to beat Meg. I hope that I've only gotten 1 boon, are you kidding me? But it's like, oh, this is a very weird soundtrack or weird genre. And Darren, here's Ares.
I have to say, most intriguing, and yet no surprise for someone born in hell itself.
Mm-hmm.
You come on out of there.
Good old Ares.
All about it. I'm a fellow student of death, you see.
No, special doom. I think I would rather take that.
The will to fight.
Oh yeah, but the way that Darren Korb describes the music that he wrote is that its genre, I believe, is Mediterranean prog rock Halloween music, which is the best descriptor for a genre of music I think I've ever heard. No joke. I mean, how can you not like Mediterranean prog rock Halloween music? Okay, I have so much gold. And I at least guarantee to get a second or third boon here.
Kieran's shop.
You know, one thing I'll say
Hmm.
there, he doesn't talk too much. And since not
Hey,
for you,
support fire would be nice, I think, with the special. But I will take crit on my attack.
On a sight for sore eyes there, Kieran. So, looks like you're selling. Is that it?
Oh, favorite Hades weapon is hard. Because they're all good. Which is legitimately shocking.
Brilliant.
Because there's basically never any games where all the weapons and options are good. But I would have to say, generally, probably is, I'm forgetting the names. Like, I was obsessed with Hades like 8 or 9 months ago, and then I kind of just stopped playing it for a bit. And I've been getting reacquainted the past couple of days. Before I restarted the, or got a new save file for today. Yeah, I'd rather get keys this early on in the game. Oh, and it's just a survival. Oh, that might actually be hard with how little upgrades I have, but we'll see. But I would have to say, I believe it's Aegis? The shield. Let's just say that. Although, if we're talking about favorite, like, in general, playstyle-wise, yeah, that. But if we're talking about my favorite specific aspect, Excalibur, it is so much fun to just, you know, dash around with a huge-ass sword and cause chaos. It's great. Really, it's the only hidden aspect that I like substantially more than the other options. I mean, if we're talking about liking a sense of power, then that's gotta be Chiron, the aspect of Chiron Bow, because the aspect of Chiron Bow is dumb. It is the, like, easily probably the best weapon in the entire game, because it is so broken. There's a reason why homing shotgun weapons don't normally exist in games. Especially when you can stack so many effects onto that. Good evening. But we are actually not that far away from being able to unlock the Chiron Bow, now that I think about it. Okay. Are you guys ready to see the lamest cheese strat in existence? Because, yeah, lightning rods is not very good, but boy can it be frustrating. If it's on the ground, the boss is gonna die eventually and you just have to dodge.
Your whip's not been all that persuasive in the past.
Stop getting kinky, Zag.
Assistance will pay off for both of us. Come then.
I know it's ancient Greece, but you don't have to be that kinky. Oh. Now I just have to... I was actually trying to miss with that cast, so that lightning rods would be able to do damage here. But, because it is annoyingly effective. Although, actually, now that I think about it, me having success with lightning rods in the past, I've always gotten lightning rods in, like, Elysium, when I have, like, 4 casts. So then I can just dump them on the ground and they just constantly attack the, So then they just constantly attack everything on the screen. Although it's only effective on bosses, I feel. Because, yeah. Because otherwise it just doesn't focus fire. Which is... not ideal. And, God, doing this with a single dash is awful, and I hate it. Truly, nothing is more painful than a single dash. I would honestly probably take a second dash over a Death's Defiance right now. Oh, that was close. I think I was 4 hit points? Maybe 5? Or 3?
Good enough, I guess.
3, yeah, I would have died from a single hit. Yeah, God, I hate 2 dashes. But that's probably because I don't really look where I dash and I just go. And that is not a very effective strategy. If only I had a keepsake. Although I guess beating Meg's second try isn't that bad. I got much better boons this time. I mean, really, getting a duo boon on literal run 2 is of a save file, especially a duo boon that I actually like. Not very good odds for that. It is harder than I anticipated to play this game while also looking at chat. Let's see. So so in a merit to a game where death isn't really a consequence, or is more like just a mechanic. I think that it could be very interesting. However, it is very dependent on how the resurrection works. Like, does time pass whenever someone dies? Are the PCs the only people who resurrect? I should probably have made sure to kill this. So if it's like something where you want to play a game that gets told over a very long time, then I think that it would be a really interesting idea to say have what's the right way to put it? Like, let's say the party dies and then they come back to life a year later. So then let's say you're already dedicated to the whole death is not a permanent obstacle for this campaign. So then you could say, okay, well, fun house rule for this campaign, guys. Every single member of the party is somehow connected via soul, and if one of you dies, then you all die. So then you come back a year later. So then you can see... So then you would be able to do much more large-scale societal stuff that you just can't do under most normal, like, TTRPG campaigns, because they're generally done over the course of, like, 6 months. In-game and, like, 8 years of real life. Aphrodite, I believe, is the definition of stranger danger? I think that you could, yeah, let's just take 10% damage mitigation. I can always use more keys to actually get all the weapons. And all the mirror upgrades. Oh god, there's so many mirror upgrades. Oh. At least it's not witches. Because I have no deflect. Actually, why wasn't I just using this the first place? That is very much anti-projectile. But another interesting idea for a death-free campaign, which, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I want more abilities to make my lightning better. Let's go Zeus. But basically, I think it would be really interesting to do a mega dungeon style campaign where the PCs are trapped in the dungeon, or rather, effectively, let's say, similar idea as to something like the Abomination Vaults, where huge dungeon, but rather than it getting more dangerous the further down you go, it's the exact opposite. And low levels are at the bottom, and the PCs are trapped. So then, as they level up, they have to keep on going up and clearing spaces, but they are, trapped there. Let's get that more centralized. So if they die, they have to come back up from the, they don't have to start over because, like, oh, like a week passes. I think that really the biggest problem with a deathless TTRPG campaign that you just are basically required to get some kind of solution to is what happens when one person, like, does one person die and then, well, when do they come back? Like, I have absolutely been a part of some, let's, yeah, voltage is fun. But I've been a part of multiple sessions that take place over, like, oh, well, 4 sessions have passed and it's been 4 in-game hours. Where it's just been, that's mainly Pathfinder 1E, but I've definitely been in multiple campaigns where we've gone through a ridiculous amount of space in the game in a very small amount of time. Like, basically, I've cleared, like, chapters of APs in a single day in 2E, which is very fun, but if people are expected to come back from the dead, then it's like, well, okay, my character has died, that's fine, it's not a permanent thing in this campaign. But then, am I gone for, like, 2 sessions? Or, like, how soon do I come back to life? It's something where it's just kind of unclear, which you would have to determine that at, like, session 0, exactly how does the undying mechanic work.
Think you can stop me?
Let's try and read this. Okay, so start at level 0, and then once they're at level 1, they get their protagonist power, 1 free res. Okay. I haven't actually looked at the rules for starting at level 0. I know they exist, and I love the idea of not knowing what your class is gonna be. But I would have to look at those rules to see exactly how they work. But I do like that. Although, I guess one thing is either you would really have to, I feel like once you're doing yeah, your heroes are just going to be coming back to life, you really have to commit to the fact that they are, in fact, big damn heroes. So not every campaign is going to work for that. But if you do, then it does sound like a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm just going to take Urge to Kill. Let's see. Oh, I probably should have taken the heal so I can actually kill Lerny. Support fire?
You hunted down a real bargain there in Charon's shop.
This is not a bargain.
Bigger deal on for size right now.
So I'll take support fire. And considering I'm about to die, let's take... yeah, let's take that.
Hello?
Yeah, that's fair. It is shockingly easy to die. Low levels. Although, I feel like that's the thing. It's easy to die from a lot of things at low levels because your hit points just aren't as high. Your saving throws probably aren't as good. But I feel like the higher level you get, the less I am actually scared of things like martial characters, and the more I'm scared of spellcasting encounters. Because stuff like, if a GM wants to be, I believe the term is a right dick, also known as just, you know, an intelligent spellcaster, then they should really, really cast death spells on low hit point party members. Like, if they are in melee, oh god. I want my cast back. Kind of reliant on that cat. Oh, okay. Well, no longer reliant on that cast, but like, nothing is scarier, in my opinion, than having recognized spell. So it's like, oh, well, I'm very low health. Someone's gonna cast a spell on me. Okay, I'll use recognize spell to figure out what spell they're casting. Oh god, it's Vampiric Touch. If I don't critically succeed on the saving throw, I'm dead. Because, again, that just completely bypasses the dying rules because it's a death effect. And, yeah, that's scary.
Achilles is off duty.
Okay, what are they up to?
Of him, bestowing on him all their worthless blessings here within my realm, our realm. Explain to me how exactly this is possible, Nix. Either your limitless power has considerably waned, or you are up to something.
Do not question my power.
Technically, I think that Nyx is down to something because we're
To be discovered, the
down,
closer he came to the surface.
but
The Olympians
semantics.
they have a distant relative and bid him welcome to their mountain. That is all. Their influence is very limited.
Blood and darkness. Do not speak to me about their influence.
Yeah, there aren't all that many enemies with death effects.
You've made a foolish mistake.
You would speak to me of foolish mistakes.
It's generally, if an enemy is going to have a death effect,
Try all you like.
it's going to be a spell. Most of the time, they don't have access to that many.
Special offer for me, my good shade.
Thank you for the zero cost upgrade. I'd never realized that was zero.
A fountain chamber in the depths of Tartarus sounds like an excellent idea.
I will happily take that. Hey Meg. It's, oh, that's,
Everyone's saying I went easy on you, Zag.
huh. I've never seen Meg outside of the lounge, but I guess the lounge isn't here yet, so,
Look, I have
Huh.
a reputation to uphold. You get past me again like that, you best go all the way. Now leave me be and don't think you're gonna be so lucky next we meet out there.
well, it's gonna be harder for you, Meg, because I'm about to upgrade.
In darkness guide me.
Okay.
Ready,
Now I can go far. Yeah, but, like, death effects on monsters are most commonly going to be on spells. Yeah, let's
open up. Aegis, shield of
let's get Aegis, and let's get Coronet.
Wanna try that thing out?
But, going Aegis because, you know, gotta get that darkness. Huh.
Hey Skelly, you look like you know your way around Tartarus. Found some of this ancient Titan blood out there, and I was looking to.
Oh, actually, do I want to...
Ah, you come to the right place regarding that there, pal. It's your mean weapons back there that can find this.
Yeah, I can actually upgrade something because I already have Titan's blood.
All the blood you're gonna get. Anyhow.
What do I want to do with it, though?
I don't know. There's always the invention of writing stuff.
Stop being sassy, Skelly. And yeah, if I ever play a skeleton PC, I am just gonna be playing Skelly. Skelly is gold. Wait. Wait.
Baratha, the eternal spear. Join me.
Oh, I can't actually use Titan's blood yet. I think that I actually need to unlock all of the weapons to be able to use Titan's blood. I guess that the first time that I ever actually, like, the first time that I played this game, it took me so long, or so many runs. Oh, ooh,
Enchantments for my weapon.
okay. Yeah. Sudden Rush is fun.
Wherever you may be right now, thank you. Witches. Just getting warmed up.
It's cheating that they can fly. If I can set off traps, they should set off traps. Okay. God, it feels so good to have 2 dashes. Oh, that's a lot better. Actually feels like I'm playing the game. I have not used Counterspell, like, at all. But I believe that you need to have the specific spell prepared, right? Like, you have to have you have to have it in your spell repertoire, I should say. And then for a prepared caster, it needs to be known, if I remember correctly. I've only ever played a Magus for, like, a spellcaster, and they don't exactly have the spell slots to spare for it, so I never thought about it that much.
Bottle of nectar.
First nectar, let's go. But if that's the case, I wish that there was a... Or I don't know if there's a feat for this, because again, I'm not all that experienced with it. But I think if it doesn't exist, there should be a feat that allows for you to use Dispel Magic instead of any other spell that you have. Although that would be problematic because you don't know. Yeah. Throat's getting dry for some reason. I kind of have issues with how, in particular, like, I like Recognize Spell. However, I don't think you should need a feat for it. I think you should need a feat to be able to get bonuses. Like, you automatically recognize a spell if it is prepared or in your spell repertoire. But I don't think you should have to use a reaction to do that.
Why, in fact, it's mine from long ago, young man.
And, I don't know, it's weird. Because if you have Counterspell, then you can only use it on spells that you recognize, because you automatically recognize things that are in your spell repertoire or that are prepared. But, I don't know, I just feel like Counterspell should be an action, or a reaction that you can use to counter a spell with either the spell itself or a Dispel Magic. Yeah. Good old Lightning Shield. Lightning Shield never does me wrong. But, yeah, I should read up on that because I really just don't know much about it. And I mean, I know how Dispel Magic works, but not Counterspell. But I think you should be able to use Dispel Magic in addition to the actual exact spell, and then maybe just give a bonus on your counteract check if you use the exact spell.
This can unlock a weapon back at home.
Let's... Yeah, I need more boons. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be an action to try and recognize a spell as it's being cast. Because sometimes that's just really annoying to do. So I feel like you should have to take the recognize spell feat to actually have a chance of getting a bonus on your saving throw versus a spell. But the spell itself, I feel like you should know automatically. or rather, you should be able to make a roll automatically. And then you can, so that would be a reaction, and then a reaction to counterspell with the exact spell or a dispel magic. But then would dispel magic be a first level spell or still a second? Oh, 16% damage increase? Oh, hell yeah, my dude. Should not have started the encounter while I was taking a sip of water, but... Am I really playing the game the way I always play it if I don't make stupid risks? So I like how I always say, like, oh, I take huge risks in every game I play. But I'm also the kind of guy that's gonna sit here and, like, think, okay, well, presumably I believe that this enemy's AC is around X number, and considering my attack roll, that gives me, about a 50% chance of hitting, or... But then, oh, well, do I want to trip? Well, that, based on what we've seen of their reflex save... well, that has this probability of hitting. And then I'll choose the one that's less likely to work. In the 1E game that I'm in, I have absolutely broken out a calculator before to figure out the exact odds of, okay, I have a hero point to use, like a 1E hero point and not a 2E hero point. So then I broke out a calculator to try and figure out, okay, what is the most efficient use of this hero point? Hey. Hey, Chiron sells very good wares, excuse you. They're not foul. Yeah, Heartbreak Strike's pretty good. Let's save the money. Oh, I should have talked to Chiron. He probably has all kinds of exceptional commentary.
And there you are again. Lord Hades ought to lock you up rather than let you run amok in his
I don't think Hades has walls capable of locking Zag up. He busts them down pretty normally. Regularly, not normally.
Maybe you're just pining for my father's job.
I have no envy for your father's position. Besides, I happen to enjoy my own responsibilities.
I find the difference in the runs where I had, between the last two runs and this one kind of funny. Because this one I came into the fight full health, where the previous ones I came in at like half. And yeah, that's the difference that a second dash will give you. I mean, doesn't help you if you're just an idiot, but... Why did I go in there? I am playing horrifically. I mean, yeah, I don't have the best boons, but still. Like, I know Meg's attacks. I have looked at the setting lore. I really like it. Pretty much every Pathfinder game that I've played has been in Galarian. Or at least long-lasting game that I've been in has been in Galarian, and honestly, almost all of my play experience comes from adventure paths. And I really like Galarian, and that sucks. Only have one of those. But yeah, Galarian's just fun. There are basically no parts of it that I don't like, and it actually somehow manages to be a interesting kitchen sink setting, which is one heck of an impressive feat, because generally kitchen sink settings are not my thing. I will. Thank you for that, Death's Defiance. But kitchen sink settings are generally not my thing, but Galarian manages to be one that I actually really enjoy. Somehow they managed to make the world feel complete, or maybe complete isn't the right word, but actually oh, that's fun. But they make the world somehow manage to feel whole or not fractured, despite the fact that you have good old Transylvania, being Ustalov, right next to Conan the Barbarian land of Numeria, and they're right next to each other. They're literal, like, next-door neighbors. Completely different genres, but it works somehow. And I don't get it, but I like it. Because it's just fun to be able to... I mean, okay. My brother really, really likes to world build, and he is very good at it. He makes a lot of really interesting settings for his own, like, homebrew games that are in literally his own system. But he makes a lot of very weird settings, and I have a fair amount of experience. I haven't played in any of his games, but I've talked to him about his settings a lot, and they're all like super interesting concepts, but then it's something where it's like, okay, but I kind of like having a world that you can learn the lore once and then you don't have to relearn everything all over again. And I just remembered the other thing that I really, really enjoy about Galarian, like one of the big things, which is deities. Pathfinder easily has my favorite set of deities that I've seen, because they just, honestly, some of the deities feel like truly like divine and otherworldly, and then you just have the bros that just feel like people that got way too much responsibility and don't know what they're doing, which is hilarious. Like, you have the deities that don't really feel approachable, which is good because they're gods, and then you have the deities that feel very approachable, like good old Caden. Which makes for a very, like, basically, in other settings, I never thought to myself, hey, maybe I actually would like to play a cleric. Because I never saw any of the deities and thought, yeah, I actually want to play a character that would actually follow this character. But in Galarian, while I have still never played a divine spellcaster, that's more of my... that's more of me just not being the biggest fan of spellcasters. Just in general. Even when they were very, very good in 1E. Oh, that was a dumb mistake. Oh. Like, I would love to play a Cleric of Caden. Or a Cleric of the Black Butterfly. because those are both super interesting deities that I would just like to explore more. Which, a lot of... I guess the way that I would put it is a lot of settings that people make, deities are kept incredibly vague on purpose. And this is absolutely the coward's way out of fighting this mini-boss, but hey, my damage is really bad right now. Like, very bad. Although, I've got him now, I think. If he wasn't in a lava pile. Good ol' stun locks. But, like, Galarian somehow manages to make the deities feel simultaneously human and inhuman, which is really cool. Like, don't mind if I do 20% damage increase. Let's get rid of that prompt. Yeah, like, there's so much of the history within Galarian that I really want to see more of, even though I know that Paizo, like, intentionally does try to keep their, some of the, like, ancient lore vague, because people, obviously, homebrew in their world, and they don't want to say, here's how everything happens. They want to leave things open for interpretation, so people can make their own interpretations. Like, I don't want to know where Aerodin went, or what happened to Aerodin. I don't want to know that, because it's fun as a mystery. Same way that, like, Sarasan is an incredibly interesting idea of, yeah, here's a continent, nobody knows what's there, and anyone who has been there isn't sure if they've actually been there, or if it was like a dream, or they lost all their memories. It's a very fun idea in the world that is just the homebrewer's playground. Which is a similar situation in my mind as to what's going on with Aerodin. Where it's like, oh yeah, who the hell knows what goes on there? Yeah, I guess the way that I would put it about, like, deities, specifically actually talking about Hades, and Greek mythology in particular, is that there are different takes in different real-life religions as to how gods act. Some religions, gods are very much, like, divine and separate from humanity and all that. And then in some religions, like in Greece, they're just hanging out, doing whatever they want. And Paizo 100% intentionally took from that whenever they were making their deities, where some of them, like Pharasma, they're just there, and there is nothing that anything in existence can do to make them, like, get up and do stuff. And then you have Caden, who, like, canonically gets on drunken binges and buys a bunch of violins for Shalin. Like, Caden is just a Greek god. Dash strike, I've been doing it a lot. Like, Caden is just a stereotypical Greek god that goes around, gets drunk, and does stupid stuff. Which is about as stereotypical, or it's about as stereotypical Greek as you can get. Okay, maybe my damage isn't actually that bad. Not great. But it's not terrible. I'll still get destroyed in Elysium, but... Also, with how many runs I've put into this game, on other save files, obviously, I should really know how to tell apart the different bone hydras. The mini heads of Lerny. Because I really can't. I am entirely reactionary in this boss fight. Oh, that was stupid. Okay, like that. I should have, you know, taken cover there. I don't know why my first instinct when I see gigantic barrage of projectiles is leave cover. It's kind of interesting, but I haven't actually gotten all that good, or I guess good rarity boons actually to upgrade my my attack or my special, but I've gotten incredible runes that just buff my passive damage. I say as I'm almost dead. Truly, if I survive this, it is a miracle. Because I'm dead to most attacks. Now I very much am dead to almost every... Oh, I am dead to any attack. Which is not good for me when my... Oh! Okay. I should not have lived that. I'm remembering that my shield is in fact a shield. And it's too late, but... Oh yeah, but what I was saying before the boss fight and my brain got overtaken by... Oh, I am kind of playing a bullet hell, aren't I?
Looks like the bone
They're...
just stomped you that time, huh? I hear each of its heads has its own nasty tricks.
Yeah.
That must be tough.
Yes, thank you, Hypnos.
Yes.
Yeah, but what I was saying is, that basically every deity in Galarian somehow manages... Like, they give off different vibes of some... They're more... Yeah, you have ones that feel more at home in, like, a Greek sort of pantheon, where the gods walk among men, and then you have some, like Pharasma, that just don't give a shit.
The sealed weapons by your chambers. Your father won't observe their absence, I don't think. They remind him of a time he stood together with his brothers and sisters. He wants nothing.
Power that once sealed away the Titans. Maybe it's a power that can break me out.
Yeah?
Thank you for helping me, Achilles.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's weird that the only real-life deities in Galarian are the Egyptian pantheon. Or at least, I think they're the only real-life deities. Like, where's the Greek pantheon? Because explicitly...
Who's that sniveling shade to your immediate left there, Father? Already found someone new to do the busy work. And here I thought that was utterly indispensable.
Good old house contractor.
That shade boy is my newly designated contractor. One whose responsibility is to work on this house.
Yeah, like, it's one of the stupidest little bits of Galarian lore, and I love it so much.
You're trying to guilt me into
Because, like,
We are finished with repairs for all the carnage you have seen.
the repairs for all the carnage will never end, Dad.
For all the needed renovations that have piled up.
Nice. If I don't pet your other heads, don't bite my arm off.
Yeah, but it's, like, time in Galarian is tied to time in our real world. Like, every year that passes in our world, the calendar advances 1 year in Galarian. And it's exactly tied that the Kingdom of Assyrian in Galarian was active in the same period of time, or rather, went into a decline for the same period of time as our personal, like in our world, the Egyptian Empire. When Egypt was worshipping their gods, the gods of Assyrian disappeared, and they all go by the same names. So presumably, for some reason, the Assyrian and Egyptian gods left Assyrian for like 4,000 years, and then they came back. But why don't the Greek gods exist on Galarian?
We each have our commitments
I-
to this house, Megara.
I just want to see them.
Yours. And whilst
your sisters are away, you
Or for that,
responsibility as
or like the Norse deities, or really any other,
I understand.
like,
It's just
obviously,
I'm supposed to keep pretending nothing's changed. This house is cracking at the seams, and no one's going to
Hey.
admit it.
Meg, the walls look fine, they're not cracking.
The house shall stand eternally, although in what condition it is ours to decide. Our obligation is to keep the house in order.
I know. You're right, of course, you're right.
I know that Paizo is going to not... Paizo probably does not want to... Oh, I don't have the... minor list of prophecies. Okay. Okay. That's a good amount of healing. Paizo obviously is not going to want to incorporate any... yeah, spear.
You be careful with that one, boyo.
Thank you, boyo. Like, Paizo is not going to want to add in deities that are from practicing religions into Galarian, because that is a whole host of problems right there.
Go straight to pieces. Boom. You just
Smack guys against wall.
Really need to start getting nectar. It sucks not having trinkets. And of course, it sucks not playing, you know, the actual game, which is the dating simulator.
It's Uncle number 2. It's got to be. Then, in the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
It is unreal how many lines of voice, like, dialogue there are in this game.
Uncle, do you not? We've a lot of catching up to do, but first things first. You get yourself out of that dour underworld. As for me, I'll see if I can stir things up a bit to cover your advance.
Okay. Oh, I could get Splash Dash. Splash Dash is pretty good. Okay. Yeah, Splash Dash is fun.
Looks like I caught a big one.
Skelly did just tell me to smash things into walls. And that is what Splash Dash is built to do. Yeah, I can practically clear entire rooms. Oh, hammer. You always take the hammer. And part of me wanting to see, or wanting to know why it is that the,
My weapon's hidden talents.
what do I want? Oh yeah, that's good. I forgot how good this one is. Like, I want to know why it is that the Greek gods aren't in Galarian. I still want to unlock, is it Mephalon? The Twin Fists, because those are also a very fun weapon that I'm bad at. I'm okay. I've gotten wins with every weapon, obviously, but me taking huge risks at every single possibility kind of sucks for the weapon that automatically puts you at a lot of risk. But I just like to know why it is, from like Paizo's perspective, why the Greek deities aren't in Galarian. It could just be something where like the Egyptian gods were added into Galarian at a time where Paizo wasn't really thinking about that, and they thought it'd be interesting. And then now Paizo is a much bigger deal, and now they don't want to, like, they kind of might be something where they realized in retrospect, oh, we really shouldn't have put the Egyptian deities in here because there are still people who practice that religion, so now they're not going to add other real-life deities. But, I don't know. It might just be because, like, pretty much everyone my age, it feels like I had the Greek mythology phase, where easily one of my the one like campaign concept that I would totally be down for, even if it isn't in Galarian, or isn't like an adventure path or something, is I would love to do an ancient Greek styled campaign, which is why, yeah, it's the Percy Jackson phase. Everybody has that, or not everybody, but so many people had that phase. Like I would love an Iblydos campaign, or AP, or even a Lost Omens book on Iblydos, because it is the ancient Greece part of Galarian. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't actually know the origins of Galarian, but I guess if the original like homebrew campaign world that good old James Jacobs made, if it was set in Garund or was just around in Assyrian, or Assyrian was ever mentioned, which Assyrian is always mentioned. Oh, that's a very good. That's very good for this hammer upgrade. I would love an Iblydos campaign, man, because it is just ancient Greece in all but name, to the point where it's like, oh yeah, this is where Hydras come from, and Medusas and Harpies, and every monster that originally comes from Greek mythology. Oh yeah, it also, they originated from Iblydos and Galarian lore, and they're also one of the most ancient civilizations in Galarian. God, I just want to know it. I want to see more what happens there, because they're also tied to the Cyclops Empire, which is such a fun part of the lore.
Headlong into danger for the past 6 chambers or more, and you made such a racket I could almost hear it from Olympus. I have to say your hunting skills are rather unconventional.
Well, excuse me, Artemis. Yeah, let's just get a slight chance of obliterating anything. I don't think that we know where good old James Jacobs Games was originally set. If I had to bet, most likely region would either be somewhere like Varesia, because you just know that everyone at Paizo loves Varesia, or I don't know. Varesia, I mean, obviously Avestan has the most filled out. Oh, that's why there's so many. I didn't even recognize that this was a survival room. I'm maybe a little bit out of it. Almost like I'm streaming. All that for a little bit of gold.
There we go.
I'm trying to think of what areas in the world are... Actually, it wouldn't matter what areas of the world are the most fleshed out in lore. It would be what was originally the most fleshed out. Yeah, I don't know much about the Cyclops Empire either. Just that it was one of the largest empires in Galarian's history, and it went away at some point, like so many of the other ancient-ass empires on Galarian, and that it was really, really strong. And I'd love to see more of that. I'm all down to see more. Like, I do like how recently there have been more APs in the sense of, this is a current threat. This is not an ancient evil looking to come back from the past and threaten the present. Like, so many APs follow that shtick. Which, to be honest, I don't mind. I love that shtick. That's my jam. Oh, I have more money than I realized. Let's save it. But, like, we've seen so much of Thassalon. Hey, don't rag on Karen. Karen's a good dude, in this game and a horrific person in Galarian lore. Actually, now that there are the 4 horsemen in Galarian lore, but I don't actually know all that much about them, like the stories that they come from in real life.
Much better.
I just want to get the Titans, but I'm forgetting to talk to him again. Like, I would totally be down for,
What you're attempting is impossible. You've seen what happens when you go too far.
This place can't stay
What was
safe
I
forever.
thinking? God, my brain is just short-circuiting. Oh yeah, but I just want to see more information on ancient empires, man. I just like them. As much as it is like a, probably at this point, overused trope in Pathfinder APs for, oh, ancient evil wizard is coming back to destroy current stuff, which has been done in so many campaigns. Just replace wizard with other classes, and you have yourself a, like, one of, like, 7 different, APs. Oh my god! This run! Oh, this is a good combination of boons.
Power, but for what?
Oh, yeah. I mean, really, it's just that and that. Oh, that's very good. Yeah, I guess I should say that Chiron the Horseman obviously has some roots to Greek mythology, but I don't know where the others come from.
Going up.
Or if they're original from the Bible. I just don't know. I wasn't raised with all that information. And it does not remotely surprise me that James Jacobs' original
Change of scene.
that his original campaign was in Pharesia. God, Pharesia has been through so much shit in Galarian. Sandpoint, a lovely town that no one wants to live in because everything bad happens to Sandpoint. Yeah, the damage in this run is absurd. Yeah, like, I guess I really want to see more of Iblydos because, ooh, cool, Greek mythology. But I also really want to learn more about, in particular, Cyclops Empire would be lots of fun. I think they're called the Vault Makers? Vault Builders? Vault Crafters? Something. They are just a type of being that at one point was in existence on Galarian that no one knows anything about, and they made a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
And that's all we know about them. There might actually be some information in Iron Fang Invasion now that I think about it, but it's been a long time since I was aware of anything in that book. Ooh, Eurydice. So I'd like to see some stuff about them. I would love
Here?
Okay.
Okay.
I can't get over the fact that there are no entrances to this room and you have to teleport.
You must be the Hades kid. How's it going then, Your Royal Majesty? Nice to meet you. I'm Eurydice.
Like, God, the character designs in this
You up to a place
game are so damn good.
Hi there. No need for formalities.
Frisia.
Just heading out on some official business past the menacing Bone Hydra. Don't mean
Yep,
to be rude.
Of course.
hands full, huh?
Of course it was Frisia.
But there's one.
Oh. Yeah, let's just hope that it's, attack?
Hope you like it.
Oh. Yes. This is so dumb.
Take
This is a very one-trick pony build, and I love it. Oh god, witches? Oh no. Actually, this could be annoying, actually. What am I talking about? My damage is good enough that it doesn't matter. Oh, but then the other ancient empire that I, like, desperately want to know more about is the... Oh, I think it was the Serpent Folk Empire? Because there's an entire Age of Galarian before humanity popped up where Serpent Folk, I think they were Serpent Folk, just ruled, like, Galarian for, like, thousands of years before Thassalon. Or was it Thassalon or the Aslanti? I think it was the Aslanti. Yeah, the Aslanti kicked him out. Yeah, by kicked him out, Aslanti genocide, because that's how the Aslanti roll. Might as well. Dionysus is good, but mainly if you're focusing on a very slow, or a slower style of play, which, this run is just Hyper Megadeth, which is how I like it. Like, there's just so much potential with, oh yeah, the Earth Galarian used to be ruled by a bunch of snake people that had incredibly advanced technology and magic, that were all, like, hyper intelligent. Oh yeah, we're just gonna mention there's just serpent people, cities under the planet in the Darklands, and then we're not gonna mention it again, as you do. I should really get some gems. There are some room upgrades that I would really like to get. But I keep on thinking, ooh, darkness. Mirror upgrades. I can... Lernie's so dead. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't want a time travel AP, because that would be so problematic. Like, an AP specifically focused around time travel would just open up one too many doors in my eyes, for just... It's just kind of breaks stuff. Small bits of time travel is okay, but it being the central theme of an AP, no. But I can totally see, like, an archaeology AP that is not actually an archaeology AP. It is the, we're gonna poke a bunch of incredibly dangerous things that we shouldn't poke and see if they kill us. Which, let's be real here, that's just what people in Pathfinder do regardless. But, thank you, Kyron. Yeah, I really don't need the health. But... what was I thinking? Like, I just want to have an AP that is focused around exploring, like, ancient ruins of, like, oh, we're gonna go and explore ancient, Cyclops ruins. And that is one book. Or maybe two. And then, oh, ancient serpent folk ruins. Oh no, they're not actually unexplored. Or like, oh, it could actually be really interesting to have, because everybody knows, Paizo's been getting better at it, but everyone knows that the one super dangerous big bad guy in a Pathfinder AP is not actually the super dangerous big bad guy. There's actually the bigger big bad guy that is giving them directions from behind the scenes. And I think that it would be really fun for there to be a plot for an AP where there's someone going around, like, a well-meaning but perhaps foolish historian who's trying to create like a true history of Galarian that goes around and is like poking around a little bit too much inside of ancient ruins and is like, oops, I accidentally awakened a ancient serpent folk like wizard from like 15,000 years ago. Which actually, now that I think about it, that's pretty similar. That's a very similar plot point to Rise of the Rune Lords. That is very similar to Rise of the Rune Lords. Which I feel I'm okay with saying minor spoilers to Rise of the Rune Lords, because it's Rise of the Rune Lords. And if you haven't played Rise of the Rune Lords, it's a very fun AP, and you can totally convert that to 2E. Because almost everything, I think, in that bestiary is out for 2E. Like, because it was the first Pathfinder AP, they didn't have all the bestiaries yet. So, they weren't able to do all the crazy shit yet. I feel like maybe the only thing that can make this run better would be if I had Divine Dash instead of Splash Dash. I mean, already... Splash Dash is good, but it's no Divine Dash. Hey, why did you run away? I mean, I know why. But... yeah, more damage. I would... yeah, let's just get more health. Because I need to get trinkets. Or are they talismans? I'm forgetting the exact name. I'd like to be able to choose my runs a little bit more, please, and thank you. Oh, that was dumb. More health. I think I might actually prefer gold. I have so few boons. This is shocking. Things I can't just eviscerate because they have a shield. That's rude. Ow. I've taken more damage from the traps in Elysium that I've taken from enemies. What the hell? Dash Strike versus Splash Dash. I think I might actually take the Hunter Dash. Better not mind. Let's see here. Don't really want any of that. I hope if this is Asterius, that would be great. Hey there, buddy.
You come from the bowels of hell. This is not your place.
Excuse me, I have partial ownership over hell.
Passing through, so if you'll excuse me.
Ah.
I will not. The champion of Elysium would never back down from such a contest. Neither will I.
Wait, you're not the champion of Elysium. You're the Bull of Minos. Please tell me it's Heracles.
Oh, say, I don't know. Yeah, I want to see an AP that just focuses on ancient, like, ancient empires, because there's so many ancient damn empires in Galarian that are just floating around, like, you know, like, that's just a normal thing. And It's just
He's angry now.
there's just a lot of fun possibilities there, especially since there is a bunch of time stuff coming out in the Dark Archive. Which, again, I don't think that it would be good for there to be a time travel AP, because time travel opens up the possibility for way too many plot holes. Like, there's already time travel in Galarian and weird time paradox stuff, but I think that literal time travel would be going too far. But goddamn, I just want to see some snake people. Okay, that should be it. Oh! Don't assume that that's it. Took more damage than I needed in that fight.
Though your technique pales in comparison to that of the champion of Elysium, I expect you'll soon see for yourself.
Really, he's not that bad, Asteri.
Uncle Poseidon.
Yeah,
I accept
I easily, I guess I'll take... I guess I'll take that. I'm looking forward to the Dark Archive so much. Like, an unreal amount.
chariots.
Oh, god damn it. And easily the part of that book that I'm looking forward to the most is the Thaumaturge. Because, yeah, it is hopefully just gonna be a occultist that is not incredibly complicated. Like, the occultist was a very cool class that you needed a degree to understand how it actually worked. Which, admittedly, not the worst thing, because, oh, it's a class that you can kind of do everything with. But it was just a lot. Let's see, anything fun? I mean, I won't turn down a bunch of free healing. Gotta do the duo room, right? You always gotta do the duo room.
Time to pick sides.
I forget. I don't like dealing with Poseidons. I need the healing, unfortunately. Oh no, I have to pick this all up in the fight? Oh no. You really need to get used to rejection, though. Oh god. How much damage did that do? Oh lord. Okay. That's really not that bad. I was just not really paying attention.
Dearest, just do not anger me again, or I might come down and kill you there myself.
Yeah, that's not that weird for, Aphrodite. First Hermes, let's go. Oh. Goddamn flame wheels. I hate these things. They do way more damage than they have any right to do. Also, I'd really appreciate another Daedalus hammer. I only have one. I would love the multi-hit spear. Or not multi-hit, the huge stab. Or triple stab spear. Is what I should be saying. Yeah, more? Or am I just missing? Just like one flame wheel. Okay.
In the name of Hades.
That's not a batwing. I don't know what you're on about, Zagreus.
Hey boss, found you. Good.
And behold, the best Olympian in actual boons. Because they always stack. Ooh. Oh. That's basically a 10% attack speed buff. Or a 10% damage boost, because I live and die by my, by that. Oh, there's no way that I can get a call right now, because this is like my 4th run.
You found me, little nephew, strewn among the inventories of that most disturbing river boatman.
Hey, he's not that disturbing. Cut it out.
My blessing.
Sometimes you're just a skelly person. Well, I'm not gonna turn down a heal right before the, a boss fight that I very well could die at, because I, for some reason, am really bad at fighting these guys. Come on. Oh, pressure points. Okay, 4% crit chance. Not gonna turn it down. I'm just gonna assume I'm gonna die here. Let's spend all the money. I'm, like... In regards to the Thaumaturge, because obviously if I'm in a boss fight, I'm not gonna be paying attention to the game. So... Probably the next AP I'm playing in is Outlaws of Alkenstar. Because that's what we're doing once one of my groups is done with Abomination Vaults. And it isn't all that thematic for Outlaws of Alkenstar, but I'm totally playing a Thaumaturge. Come on, Asterius, get over here. Like, there's just... Like, obviously, I find the actual, the mechanics around the Thaumaturge interesting. But I thought I was behind cover. Apparently was not behind cover. But, everything about the flavor of the Thaumaturge is what speaks to me, although not necessarily I feel like the flavor that Paizo intended there to be. Because I am totally there for the I am using a sword and it hurts you more than it should because it is a sword. And my belief that a sword should be effective. Like, or the, I'm not actually a good swordsman. I can just pick up a weapon and then use it effectively because it is a sword and therefore it is an effective weapon. Like, I have no formal training in combat, but it doesn't matter. Because the weapon does the combat. Oh, God. I wish I had a god call so badly. He has a god call. I should have a god call. Also, at least it's not Demeter's. Which, actually, how on earth would he have Demeter? Demeter doesn't exist yet. Okay, that went shockingly better than anticipated.
Finally. I can't seem to open it.
Oh. Yeah, my current character concept for that character is
I pray his ego will be soon.
is that they are or were a former oh yeah, I've been streaming for a while, huh? My brain is rotting out my ears. But the idea for that character is that they were a former member of the Aspis Consortium, which Aspis Consortium is that one a continental business that sells everything that people could want, because it makes sure that they need what they're selling. So, oh no, I could never stab Cerberus. He would rip me to shreds. Yeah, it would increase their age rating on the game if we had to fight Cerberus.
So it's really come to this, boy. After everything we've been through. Well then, that's how it has to be. There's nothing left to say. Except for, on your guard. No, but seriously, boy. I know why you're here.
Whenever I got to this point, the first time, I legitimately thought that I was gonna have to fight him, and I was so sad. Oh, this is the first time I've gotten to this far in a run before it's actually been, like, revealed forcefully that Zagreus is trying to find Persephone.
After a moment's hesitation and deliberation, the voracious hound of hell barks once, affirmatively toward the prince, who sets off in search of something that can sate the monster's appetites.
Huh. Why can't we just feed Theseus to Cerberus? That would be that'd be better for everyone involved except for Theseus. Oh, yeah, but the backstory that I had in mind... Oh, yeah, please give me a hammer. Oh my god. Oh yeah, but their backstory idea for that character is that they were a former member of the Aspis Consortium, specifically hired for industrial sabotage, because that is what that group gets up to. So they'll have the saboteur background for just, yeah, I did demolitions work. And then eventually they wanted out of it, so they just left for Alkenstar, because no one questions what you did in your past in Alkenstar. And they're like, oh, I may have some specialties in regards to dealing with large groups of people. I'm just looking forward to that campaign so much. Because it may not sound like it, but I am from the American South. Meaning that I can actually, like, have a justification for doing a Southern accent for once. Which, legitimately, I don't know why I've never played a character with a Southern accent, because it is, like, my default accent of choice. Like, the couple of times that I've GM'd, where if I'm improving, and not in a character that I am very familiar with, like a PC that I'm normally playing, every single character I play is going to get a Southern accent. It doesn't matter who they are, it will become Southern. And then it turns out that the gaming group I'm a part of, I didn't really realize this, but like half of them are Texan. So it's like, oh, this is going to be a very Southern party. More range. I mean, I gotta take the attack boosting. Oh my god. This is gonna be... This actually has a chance of winning, huh? I will... I'm trying to avoid spending money. Okay, well. Great fight, guys.
Now,
Yeah. Now that I think about it, like... Yeah. We've got one person from the South in that group, which is me. 2 people from Texas. Or that were from Texas. Oh, sweet.
the storage.
And full heal.
Cerberus will love it.
That's gonna be an exceptionally southern group.
Satan's to get out of here.
Let's do that.
Coming useful.
I have a lot of health, Jesus, and that's not that many boons.
All right, boy, I got your favorite treat. But you have to promise to let me pass if I hand it over, okay?
Good boy.
Cerberus accepts the fetid sack.
Fetid is one of those adjectives that it's like moist. Well, no, there are situations where moist is a good adjective. That is not, that doesn't have a negative connotation to it.
One boy.
They're rare, but there are situations where moist is good. Yeah, no, they're definitely. Amber is also American. But otherwise, yeah.
Of course.
We have a very international Edgewatch group.
Never grew accustomed to the air up here. It gusts senselessly whichever way it pleases.
I'm the,
To the stillness.
one of the only Americans in the group. And also the one that destroys any sense of dramatic tension. Because it'd be like, oh,
The air up here seems pretty good so far.
about to fight Hades.
Reserve judgment till I've had my
And then Colleen comes in from the sidelines and suplexes him and turns him into a pretzel.
untouched, dusted up everything now.
It should not have
Ah, this is gonna be an interesting fight because I only have one res.
in the house. I always kept my temper, have I not?
Well, let's see. You've berated me repeatedly and often. You've lied to me, mustered a bunch of incompetent wretches to try to kill me. Sure.
Okay.
I'll grant that you've always kept most of your anger bottled up.
This is
I'll have to change.
probably going to be, no matter how this ends.
Dear gods, boy. Killing one another is on what? Although I always
Yeah, no matter how this fight ends, this is probably gonna be my last run because I realized my brain is melting. So, yeah, the thing is, I don't even think that making the bosses not like marshals, I don't think that would help. Because, like, even versus Sir Caliban's Fortitude DC, I think I have like
No, you're going.
a 40% chance of critically, like, grappling. Because my athletics is so absurd. Oh, and I should probably be focusing. Oh my, I didn't realize how absurd my damage actually was. And I haven't even gotten the one
against me like this.
ability that I really wanted from Aphrodite that increases damage against charmed enemies by 10%. So if I got that, then this fight would be over. But I should be focusing instead of talking. Focusing instead of talking. Okay.
I suppose that you must hate the very sight of me. You'll understand then why I wear the helm of darkness. Darkness.
Whew. Okay, maybe I can kill him. Maybe.
To have been brought this low,
It's gonna depend a lot on,
child. I would expect
how well I can actually dodge.
brothers, but from you.
Because...
This
Oh, forgot about that. God, I would kill for the mirror upgrade that gives me like plus 40% damage if they have the cast in them. Oh, that was so dumb.
you're bleeding, boy.
Positive Outlook is doing way more than I actually realized. I never take it. Because I always think, oh, well, why take Positive Outlook when I could just not get hit? Which is dumb, because I never play in a way that makes sure that I don't get hit.
I've had it with you, boy.
Okay, what does he want to do? Okay, thank you. I'm currently not reading a whole lot of chat because I'm almost... That's like 1 or 2 hits away from dead, I think. But thanks. I glad... Oh god. Oh god, I almost just died there. Ah. How did I dodge that? I guess I timed the invincibility frames? Oh, okay. Almost done. Okay. Yes, okay. I was not actually expecting to get a win tonight. Oh. Let's go. And thank you, Sam. I'm glad that you like my taste in games. I like it too. Oh.
That I would, Father. And I'm going to. Goodbye.
Okay.
Wait,
I think this is the 5th run?
if you find her, if you somehow find her, tell her something for me.
Okay.
Cerberus is doing very well.
Cerberus is doing very well.
Wait, I don't think
He's the best boy.
Now answer me one question and I'll give it some thought. How's that?
I know your question, boy.
Oh,
But ask it anyway.
Persephone.
I really need to do an Extreme Measures 4 run at some point. As insane as those are. I guess now I can actually do that.
Yes.
That is
No.
honestly probably one of my best spear runs I've ever had. Which is crazy because I have like 6 mirror upgrades. I mean, yeah, let's see. That's just it all in on attack. Ah. Good run. Thank you for the Titan's Blood.
Titans.
Getting 4 Titan's Blood before I can even spend it is unreal.
I made it. Beyond the frozen overlook, await the first glimpse of the sun.
Yeah, kind of going back to what I was talking about before that fight. If I remember correctly, like, I think Sir Caliban's, which, for those of you who are not B, Sir Caliban is a champion. I think he has like a plus 27, 28 reflex,
The surface, wind
which
racked by freezing cold,
I think I might have like a,
rules within the prince a sense of awe and the sublime.
yeah,
For it is unlike
forgetting exactly what my chances of tripping you would be, but it's probably over 50%, which is stupid. Because Colleen is a horrifyingly stupid character. It's fun. High levels like that. At the same time, I don't think that I would actually be able to kill Sir Caliban, because Sir Caliban is the tankiest motherfucker alive.
That thing. That's the sun.
It sure is, Zag. Ah, this game's so pretty. I do wish you could dash the first time you're up here rather than having to slow walk. Like, slow walk is nice the first time you're here. But this is like my third time getting here for the first time.
Is this a cat?
Okay.
Who's there?
Hello?
Hello indeed.
Oh god, this game's pretty.
Pray, who might you be wandering all the way out here? You're trespassing on private property, you know. Speak up.
You must be Persephone. My name is Zagreus, and I think I might be your son.
Just look at the eyes. It tells you all you need to know.
What? How dare! Get out of here! Get out or I shall make you! Out!
No, so then you are her. I don't care if you hate me, but I'm not leaving until I get some answers. I never even knew you existed. Why did you leave me?
You died. You died. Those burning feet, they sputtered out when you were born. But now you're standing here before me. How?
Yeah, this game has a frustratingly good story for a roguelike.
I died.
Goddamn Supergiant games.
Permanently died, but I'm alive. Oh, gods. You never even knew I existed either.
Alive. Zagreus, he even kept your name. You live. How can this be? You live. You live. Oh, the cruel fates. My son.
Mother.
Ah.
In short, I beat him finally, though he did everything he could to...
Finally, it took 2 hours.
But there's something he wanted me to tell you in the end.
Come on, Zag.
He said to tell you Cerberus is doing very well.
He told you that, did he? That's good. That's good. Though, tell me something, Zagreus. How is it that you found me? To have journeyed all this way, I scarce believe it. Zagreus?
Oh, it's... Guess I'm just a little tired, that's all. Not accustomed to the weather, as I
Oh.
think you call it.
Just a little bit tired. Not like I got beat the hell up 5 minutes ago. That's
No,
definitely not the internal injuries.
isn't it? It's that you cannot stay here.
Really, you're... kicking me out? Why?
The fates are cruel, Zagreus. You're bound to that place. Same as your father. So they would have us say goodbye. For now. My heart soars knowing you live. But then it breaks that our time together was so brief.
No. I can... come back. I can come back. Now that I found you, maybe he'll just let me come back.
Yeah, sure. He's a very understanding person, Zag.
And I demand he also tell me how come he, or for that matter Nyx, never sent notice that you lived. Olympus is all rife with schemers. But I was so naive to think that they were different.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him. I feel awful. I have to go.
The Styx shall take you then. Oh, Zagreus. Farewell, my son. Won't you come back to me? When you are able, please. Come back. I shall be waiting here. However long it takes.
Yeah. I have never really thought about how hard it is to be streaming while also wanting to make comments because I'm streaming, while also being in a part of a game that I really enjoy and not wanting to ruin the moment. Yeah. So, thanks for watching. I'm gonna have to call it here because my brain is rotting outside of, like, my ears, which is what happens whenever I play what is effectively a bullet hell while also trying to respond to chat. So, thanks for watching, and I guess, until I see you next, live a wonderful life. And, yeah, good night.